Okay, once you're inside the Bitstrips website, there's a couple of things we need to do in order to make our comic strip the way we're going to have it in the for the activity. And then I just want to give you kind of a quick overview of the software so that you're a little familiar with it. But again, let me just encourage you to explore and be creative. And I know most of you, all of you are going to do well on this activity. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create an extra row of panels so that you have the required 6 panels for your comic strip. So in order to do that, click on any one of the panels up here in this first set of 3 panels. Then down here in the toolbar, you'll see a button over here that says Add Row, and just click on that button. So now you have all 6 panels. The second thing you want to do is go ahead and give your comic strip a title. So right here where it says Title Strip, you can just click inside there. I triple clicked, or you can also click and drag to highlight that text, and you're just going to type in the text, commandment number, and then whichever commandment you chose. So if I chose commandment number 4, I would type in commandment number sign 4. Then on these 6 panels, remember that on panel number 1, you're going to have the entire text of your commandment. So you can simply copy and paste that from that other website and into a caption box, and we'll show you how to do that in a second. Panels 2 through 6 will be the 5 scenes of your story. You can certainly, on panel number 1, you can certainly start your scene if you wanted to, at least set up the background. And then remember, on panel number 6, you're going to also include your name and the names of your partners as needed. And you can also put that in a caption box as well. Again, the thing you want to remember is that we want to be able to see the text that's on your background. Alright, so in order to add stuff to your panels, you've got a couple of tools up here at the top. One of these is the Art Library, and inside the Art Library you have several collections, and generally you'll stick with either Bitstrips Basics, Famous and Featured, or Pets. Now these collection lists will change based on which one of these you choose up here at the top: characters, scenes, props, furniture, effects, shapes, and outfits. So if you go to scenes, this is where you could choose your background. So say for example I wanted this backyard dinner background. I could just click and drag it to my scene. There's also, if I go here, I can move the scene, I can scale the scene, which is resize it, and with this button I can rotate the scene. This little button will allow me to duplicate the same scene, or the entire panel actually, to the next panel. So if I wanted the same scene in more than one panel, then I could just simply duplicate that and then change it as needed for the next scene. These buttons up here allow me to move the panel to the right, or I can also move the panel to the left. Some of the items in the scenes are interactive, which means you can select those items. So I clicked on that piece of steak, so notice how it's red. If I didn't want that piece of steak, I could delete it, because I just want to eat one piece of steak. And there I've selected, maybe that's a lemonade or something. And if I don't like where it's at, I can simply move that item. It looks like the lemonade is stationary, but some of the items you can actually move without moving the entire scene. So you just have to kind of explore and play around with each scene and see what's in there. Some of the scenes that have windows in them, you can put somebody in the window looking out. So for example, if I wanted a character, maybe I want this person, I can drag her into the scene and resize. And then simply drag her with the mouse, and then I can move her back behind everything that's in the scene. So down here in the bottom there's a layer up and a layer down button. So I can go down, now she's behind the plate, now she's behind the plate, the table, I can keep moving. Now she's behind the fence, so if I just wanted her looking over the fence, I could leave her like that. All right, so again, have fun and experiment and play around with your different scenes in order to get the story that you want to tell. Now, if you are using a person, the controls panel will allow you to change the expressions on their face, change the way their eyes look and their mouth looks, rotate parts of their body, scale that person, change their posture. They could be sitting or running, and then you can also give them some animation kind of things over here, some gesturing as well. Okay. You also have in the art library, you have props, furniture, effects, and shapes, and some outfits. So again, be creative. The text bubbles is what you're going to use when any one of your characters needs to speak, or you need to put text on your screen. So the caption box is really good for adding your text of your commandment. So again, you will put the entire text of your commandment on the slide on the first panel. And when you have the hand, so notice I have the hand there, you can click and drag and move that around. You can also again resize that as needed, okay, to make it as large and as whatever size you want. You've got some font options up here. It's always important to spell check, so make sure that your spelling is correct. If you make a mistake or if you want to use something over again, you got copy, paste, delete buttons down here as well. Okay, so again, have fun, be creative, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of great stories you guys come up with to show either one of these commandments being kept or one of these commandments being violated. Thank you.